What is up, my friends? So let's talk about Sonic the Hedgehog. Now, Sonic the Hedgehog, my goodness, here we are. The film is finally out after all the stuff that had happened, and we were wondering exactly what was going to be going on with this movie after the embarrassment of the first trailer when we saw Sonic be this. Now we have a movie where we finally get a pretty good, decent looking Sonic, but let's talk about the plot of the film. So, the plot of the film basically starts by introducing us to Sonic. We get some echidnas in here, and as we know, Knuckles the echidna, yes, we will definitely be seeing him in the future movie. I'll get into that in another video where I want to talk about the post credit scene as well and what exactly we're going to be talking about so make sure you subscribe to my channel so you know when that video drops. But let's just get right into this. So after Sonic pretty much is attacked by him and his caretaker Longclaw by echidnas, before that Sonic gets attacked by them, his caretaker leaves him with some rings, and he is able to travel to other planets with this. He is sent to Earth, and then 10 years later, we see Sonic hiding out in the shed of a local sheriff, Tom Wachowski, and pretty much Sonic just is starting to feel lonely. He doesn't have friends. He's pretty much in hiding, so he starts to run around the field, creating a electromagnetic shockwave that knocks out the power all across the Pacific Northwest. Department of Defense, that we got to figure out what's going on, and they're like, you know what, let's get Robotnik on this because I think he could be able to track this down and bring it back to us so he can use it for good. That's not exactly how it works out. So Sonic is discovered by Robotnik living in Wachowski's shed, and then Tom discovers Sonic as well, and this causes Sonic to drop his rings in a portal all the way to San Francisco. By the way, they are in Montana, and after Sonic is awoken, it pretty much puts these two in a situation where you gotta help me because they're about to come to your house as well, and this is not gonna end good. So Tom and Sonic have to get all the way to San Francisco before Robotnik does, but what they don't know is that Robotnik also has a quill of Sonic's, so pretty much we're not going to get into anything good now as Robotnik gets even crazier with all of this. So we see that they find the rings where they are in Trans-America Pyramid, which is in the financial district of San Francisco, and that's where the rings are. Robotnik and his robots are on the pursuit as well, and pretty much Sonic has to come to a realization that he can't have Tom and his wife Maddie like pretty much in danger, so he decides to use the rings to teleport them back to Montana as he takes on Robotnik on his own. Unbeknownst to him, that Robotnik now has Sonic's quill, and he is able to travel at supersonic speed all around the world chasing Sonic until they finally get to Green Hills, Montana again, where Robotnik defeats Sonic. Tom does, however, help Sonic out enough time for Sonic to regain his strength, and then we see that Sonic takes back the energy that Robotnik is using, and they finally are able to defeat Robotnik by not destroying him, but sending him to a planet made of mushrooms. Now Robotnik is defeated, Tom and Maddie are in Montana, and they let Sonic live with them. The US government's like, alright y'all, this didn't happen, Robotnik doesn't exist, let's forget about it, right? Now Robotnik, he survives, and he is still in possession of the Sonic Quill and is about to start his revenge. Cue in the sequel, my friends. As we know, Robotnik in the video games is never gonna let go of Sonic. He's pretty much like, I'm going to defeat Sonic, I'm going to harness his power, all of this. I want to become the strongest, the craziest, whatever you want to call it. And I'm pretty sure now that the US government has pretty much said, we're not claiming this guy, this is going to create a much more crazier situation where Robotnik's pretty much like, I am coming for full on force against Sonic and the US government. And I'm pretty excited if they do announce a sequel. Hopefully the movie does good enough for them to be able to do this. It does have a pretty steep budget, I think of 100 million after all the re-editing they had to do to make the Sonic look decent again. And I hope we do get, in fact, that sequel. But I'm also interested in seeing if the echidnas will come back into play and we could be getting a Knuckles versus Sonic type scenario. I could definitely see that. And then you throw in some Robotnik sprinkles in there, and I'm pretty sure you're going to have a hell of a sequel with that. I think that they definitely can find their footing with this and really make this a universe. And I'm excited for what video game movies come after this and Detective Pikachu, because it looks like the studios are finally starting to find exactly where they need to take these video game movies to make them as good as they can be. And I'm all here for it, but you let me know your thoughts below. What do you think about the ending of the movie? Where do you think Robotnik goes next? As I said, I think he is going to be bringing an Onslaught back to Earth, and I could definitely see a Knuckles and Robotnik team up in order to get Sonic and get the rings. And those rings, I think people are going to be wanting them. So I'm excited to see what the future of Sonic holds. And as I said, make sure you subscribe. Go watch my other video where I'll talk about the end credits scene as well and what I think that also means as well. So anyways, as always, if you haven't already subscribed, hit that like, hit that comment, hit that share, hit that subscribe button. 10,000 subscribers, let's get to it. Check out my Batman suit video as well and as my other videos on the Batman leaked footage. I'll see you next time. Stay positive.